Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. With your legs all night swinging it back. Would y'all believe that I'm bringing it back?
Welcome, Warriors! iQOO is back with another thrilling Battle of Kings tournament, as this will be a grand rendition here in the 2025 year. And we already had our last tournament online back in 2024. That was many months back in July, which saw Sem9 claim victory. But who will be the next team to rise up to claim the throne this time around? Thank you for joining us here for tonight as the iQOO Battle of Kings. Do want to reward you guys for joining us for tonight. And speaking of which, of course, you can stand a chance to win a pair of iQOO earbuds by sharing this live stream, commenting by hashtagging iQOO13, iQOO Battle of Kings, and hashtag Honor of Kings. You can tag 2 of your friends to also join right in. And we have so many cool things to offer, but I know you guys can't wait to see who will be your next HOK champions. Before we actually kickstart with our run, of course, there is the brand new iQOO 13 that you can check out in the website or in the stores if you guys are near any tech stores at the moment and if you're listening to this live stream. It's jam-packed with a whole lot of power as it's equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, where you can experience the power of the monster inside with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, where your victory knows no limits. As we are about to start with our upcoming round, get set and ready for what's about to come, as we will have Team DXG take on Team Enigma. Kicking things off, we have Enigma starting on blue side as we will begin with our picks and bans. A very stable option here to actually start with, as we're looking at a couple of all these strong supports to kick off the run. And we're going to be looking at the list where it goes with Mai Shiranui being one of the picks to be banned out this time around. You know, Mai Shiranui has been a really hot pick for even international tournaments, regionally as well. There's just so many strong Mai Shiranui players heading into plenty of these tournaments. You don't want that to be disrupting the battle, since this is going to be a best of 1 format. Next one on the list of chopping block will be Dharma taking off the Clash lane. That still leaves a lot of options available over on the Clash lane sector, when we're going to be seeing Nuwa also being taken off the list. So looking at the mid lane, I think this is going to get a little bit tricky with so many of all these bans going into the list. Now, what's going to be the final 2 bans? We will have to take a look. Well, we still have a couple of heroes such as Shangguan or even Shi that can be considered if it's being opened up. It's still going to be really strong if they really want to go ahead and pick it up. Now, the first one that will be picked from Team Enigma will be the Arlie, very strong, stable marksman, to actually open up the roster for the side of Enigma. Meanwhile, XDG will have done as well as Xiaoyu, who's going on that Ladies In. I really do love the draft. We are also seeing the Dolia to be opened up. I wonder if this is going to be paired alongside with the husbando of Dolia. Seems to be a very stable start. Archer is going to be the Clash lane pick for Enigma. So far, it's not too telling. I think that if it's going to be a Dun versus Archer matchup, this will still be a very stable lane for both sides. So this is just pretty much an equivalent trade, if in the sense that they would really want to go for that. Meanwhile, I believe that to be a Gudo to be picked up as well. Well, it's definitely going to be looking rather interesting on how this will actually impact the match, on how they will rotate around, get those early ganks into the matchup. Princess Frost have been the next one on the ban list, because Enigma have not picked their mid laner just yet, so they go ahead to axe out Lung, that has been one of the S-tier marksmen for many patches right now. I mean, it's just really annoying. You want to dive the Lung. Once he has his ultimate, he will just move out of the way and into safety. So there's just going to be a couple of all these other marksmen that's still pretty much available on the list. Aurora is the next one, or should I say Luna, to be axed out. So lack of suppression here. It's still going to be a lot of great picks that's still left on the table. This is going to be the very final ban for Enigma, and immediately they went for the Direnjie. So it won't provide any form of solid marksman that's on the table. Now that I'm looking at the list, this is definitely going to be a little bit tricky if you're going to go for maybe a Fang pick. It's still alright. There's still Alicio or Huang Zhong. So I think that the options are still aplenty. Really down to what XDG really want to go for. I think even Luban, Luara, or even Shouyue could be one of the case. But you want something stable, it seems like they will go for the Yixun Shin. Will be hopping into this matchup. So rather interesting. The Sunta is going to be a very aggressive pick. Alongside with now Shin also being picked up. She will go into mid lane. Meanwhile, into the jungle, I do believe, would be pretty much the Ogren. So really solid draft to kick things off for both Enigma as well as XDG. That means that the only pick left is going to be on the farm lane. We're really looking at the Lady Sun to be one of the options available. Marco Polo is going to be out there as well. And it's just going to be thinking what exactly would be the best one for this draft. Especially you need something to shred out that Ogren, which is going to be a big trouble in some of all these team fights. Still going to be opting for the Lady Sun, I do believe, as we're going to be seeing that to be the main pick hitting into what we're having here. So lock and loaded, last 3 seconds. Maybe it's going to be a last minute switch. Not going to be the case. Just looking at the spells that they are taking, just to confirm, it will be Rain that will take this Dun into the jungle. So very smart moves, which means that Sunta will now be matched up against Arthur. We're not going to be expecting a very big clash in that early matchup over on the Clash lane. It's really down to that power spike once you hit that level 3. So ooh, I really do love it. It's going to be the Byron on that Yuji Itadori skin. Beautiful stuff. While I do expect all these top tier players to be whipping off that best skins possible. So Byron versus Dun. Well, just to correct myself yet again. It's going to be Rain in the jungle. Demon Lover versus Frost. So that is going to be an epic matchup that I want to see what goes on later on. They will begin with a little bit of a switch of lanes, it seems, or should I say a double man mid lane for the moment, just to shove up a little bit of the waves. Eventually the Dole will go in for that rotation. So Byron will be accompanied by that Ogren, where we see both sides of the jungler actually going for a little bit of that duel. Great moves, but Frost is actually dropping really low. This is going to be Byron going in for the knockup. Lin only still getting a little bit of damage, but Frost is in danger. They're going to put in a little bit of pressure. Flicker already been, Flash has already been popped, so this is not going to be an easy case. Sinjay being all alone, being poked all the way down. And first blood now being secured as they take down Frost. Beautiful work from XDG. They put all up the pressure and found themselves that first opening kill. And now goes back to the jungle. Rain will have that little bit of that upper hand since they actually started off over the top side. And immediately going in for that blue buff. Immediately having the boots to be purchased at this very moment. A lot of focus from Enigma, having 3 members over on the lower side of the map. They are definitely matching up to the rotation. Xiaoyu have already spotted them out. So this Shi will have to move out of the way. I'm loving how the map updates just look so beautiful with the Frosted River for the bomb side. Meanwhile, Frost already hitting level 3, gonna be looking to cut the waves. This is not going to be an easy task. He does have the shields being popped up. This could be the chance. He turns it all around. As Frost gets the kill. So far, 1 for 1, and it's going to be a little bit of trouble for Lin to actually move away. It will be the pickup coming from Gui, as it will be able to secure the second kill for Team Enigma. So far, looking really good. They managed to bounce back from that deficit and now have a little bit of the upper hand in terms of the goal. Although the first blood was secured by XDG initially, they went in for a dive and they found Xinjie. There's nothing too much that they could do right now but to watch and behold. Lin sees that knockup taking place, but just was a little bit too far to actually follow up. While Frost is undeterred, he is being dropped down really low, but the shields and the last seal is not going to be enough. Sunsa takes it down. Demon Lover gets one back. So it's still a really even game if we take a look at it. And once again, as a reminder, you guys can stand a chance to win a pair of iQOO earbuds by sharing this live stream or commenting right here. Text to your friends. Make sure you hashtag iQOO13, iQOO Battle of Kings, and hashtag Honor of Kings. Now back to the action. We did manage to catch another takedown. This time, it's going to be sure that was caught out in the midst of rotation. The dragons are going to be spawning in less than 1 minute. They really have to prepare for a big fight to erupt. As you can see, JY is just getting a great zone control over onto the riverside. Meanwhile, Lin just getting a little bit of that vision over onto JY. This is not going to be an easy task for him to actually follow suit. Meanwhile, Rainer jumps in from the back. Rainer gets caught. Will have to move away, flashes away, but will still be taken down by Xinjie. Perfect position right now, and the Sun Tzu drives right in. Not really hitting the mark with the ultimate. Still going to be A-okay as they do have a lot of room now open up. It's going to be a little bit of jostleable control over on mid side. Here comes Frost, flashes in, gets that double catch. Beautiful work, almost clipping down Xinjie, and will be secured as we see the rest of the battle taking place. It's going to be Goi that does get the kill. They're going to be chasing right underneath the turret as Demon Lover does not really have too much health to actually hold on. They will now switch their attention over the top side, and they consider that done and dusted, but they still want more. Here comes Lin. Goes in, tries to go in for a pickup, but the shoot is a little bit too slippery, but they still manage to catch that Dolia. A lot of back and forth trades, 5-5 right now, an exhilarating matchup, only 1,000 of a goal difference, and looking over at the top side of the river, Lin now in trouble, no mana, no escape. One more kill handed over to Enigma Frost. My, this Bass of One is just looking phenomenal. Both sides unrelenting. Seems like Rainer. Razor, he will be caught out with that form of pressure. Just overzealous, stepping right into the turret range. Getting caught out by the jungle. Meanwhile, Frost, so far, holding very steadily. When you see a Byron with a Yuji Itadori skin, you gotta respect not only the skin, but the player himself, because man, Byrons, they're always that juggernaut over onto that clash lane. Very difficult to handle. And since it's gonna try though, meanwhile, we see a beeline over mid side. There's no steal happening, as we will still have Enigma securing the first Abyssal Dragon. Meanwhile, we see rotations taking place. They're definitely interested in securing the next objective as well while they are still in camps after camps. Great vision control coming from the side of Enigma XDG. Unfortunate enough, they will have to give a lot more of that space. They're losing a lot of room to farm up or even get any form of EXP, as they will really have to respect that they cannot afford to step out. Any wrong move will be a big blunder. And they definitely don't really have the resources right now. We're taking a look at a split formation. Two members over the down one bottom side, and it will be a dive. The Arlie finds it. Xiao Yu gets taken down. The Lady Zhen could not hold for too long, but here comes the Sun Tzu trying to actually move towards the bottom side. They manage to find a catch this time over onto Goi. But Goi, he's looking for something right now as they manage to take down Shi. Turns it all around. Demon Lover will have to go back into the turret. It's going to be an eye for an eye. One kill apiece. Minion Waves are moving right in. Rain tries to clear up the Minion Waves. They do actually get that knockup over on the Frost. And that is a huge shield as they destroy the mid lane turret. Lin, so low. Still managed to survive, but they will try to halt them back. It's going to be a pretty clear mid lane right now with the turret taken down. 2 turrets so far for the side of Enigma, while they will have to look to stabilize. Even despite the kill score to be even for both sides, XDG They are giving too much of that space, too much of that pressure soaked in from the
Blue
side of
team
Enigma.
has destroyed
Even
a
despite
tower.
having the Sun Tzu with the ultimate, we saw that catch happening, but it didn't really result into a big 5 versus 5. And the more that they give that space away, they're going to lose control of the Abyssal Dragons eventually. Going now spots out Rain. Not exactly the target that they're looking for. While J1 holding over on back, jostling for control for this red buff. They still managed to get this one back, but Gui receiving a little of that pressure. Right now brings in Demon Lover as they will hop right into the battle. 1 versus 4, they're still not really getting the catches yet. Demon Lover being locked away, and you will still get an eye for an eye. 1 kill apiece. I think that's the best case scenario, since there's nowhere that Demon Lover could actually run. And in return, they managed to take down that mid lane. So I think that was the best action that you could do whenever you get stuck into situations like that. But you could evidently see Enigma, they're just cutting off that map pressure. And here comes JY, tries to lock them all in place. They will get a lot more room to secure the tier 2 turret over bottom. And this is definitely swinging in favor of Enigma right now. Now they try to fight right back. Their target is JY. Melon bursts him down. Perfect catch, but Jinji is in trouble. Looking for Frost, and this will be another pickup, an insta kill. Make that double. Are they going to be able to secure that triple? It's going to be a rampage for the Ogren. Gui is looking to take another member down and look to secure the inhibitor turret as well. That's all they get. 4 members down, and they will open up that space. The inhibitor will be crushed over the bottom lane.
Blue team has
Diving into
destroyed
the
a
fountain,
tower.
this is going to be a very risky move. They're just soaking all of these damage, but boy, you can see that he's got unlimited shields. They all respawn, but they cannot afford to even leave the vicinity. The waves have crashed right in. They're also looking for another inhibitor turret. 50% health on that turret right now. I think that's just about enough coming from the side of Enigma. They will require a reset. Meanwhile, things are looking rather difficult. After losing up that fight over on the bottom side, you are looking at Team XDG right now behind about 7,000 gold at this very moment. Another big setup right now from the side of Enigma. Just locking them out of space. Demon Lover goes ahead to poke and prop, but that's not really going to be a full commitment just yet. Boy now cuts over the back. They are definitely going to secure it. Yet another turret over the top side. Minion waves are crashing over the bottom, and another one over on mid side. Enigma, they're definitely looking to eventually crush both top as well as top and hips. Top and mid, excuse me.
Blue team has
Meanwhile,
slain
oh
an enemy.
boy. Demon Lover stuck underneath the turret and will have to force to give his life away. This time it's going to be Rain trying his best to actually suppress the rest of the members, but they all dive right through. And this is going to be the crystal pretty much exposed. And game 1 goes over to Team Enigma. Perfect execution, well played by Enigma. They started off on the rocky foot. We saw that 2v2 happening over the top side where Frost has dropped down, but they have persevered and have pushed through, eventually putting pressure every single minute of play, where even up to the 5th minute mark we saw even XCG was putting up a great fight coming from Demon Lover as well as Lin, but halfway through it felt like they just could not afford to keep fighting non-stop. But for the rest of the members of Enigma, they say, hey, I have an Ogren, I have all the sustain available, let's just go pushing and pushing to the limit. Congratulations to Enigma once again. The MVP of the match is none other than Gui. Just look at the amount of damage that he's done, and not even a single time that XDG has been able to catch out this Ogren. And his lifesteal is a little bit too much, which is why he wasn't exactly the priority target to begin with. They look for JY, they look for Shin, but they forgot this Ogren is going to turn right into a monster if they do not take care of the situation well enough. And lo and behold, that was pretty much round 1, pretty much locked right in, where Enigma will be moving into the next stage. So for now, of course, we will have a little bit of a short break. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay with us, as this is the iQOO Battle of Kings online tournament. All brought to you by iQOO, and of course, thank you very much to Honor of Kings.
iQOO. Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did's all night swinging it back. Would y'all believe that I'm bringing it back? iQOO. Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did's all night swinging it back. Would y'all believe that I'm bringing it back?
Welcome back, Warriors, to another exciting round of Honor of Kings as you're currently watching the iQOO Battle of Kings. This is going to be a brand new edition, this time with the Honor of Kings to be part of our tournament series. First, thank you so much to everybody in the back from Honor of Kings for making this one happen. And also, since you guys are tuning in, iQOO wants to reward you guys with a pair of iQOO earbuds. All you have to do is share this live stream and comment with these hashtags iQOO13, iQOO Battle of Kings, and hashtag Honor of Kings. You can tag 2 friends to also join along the fun, as we will be kickstarting our next match real soon. If you guys were watching early on, Enigma has won the first match of the day. We'll see how far can they go through the bracket. The next match will be between PA Rebel FRV and TAR UMT. So we have a collegiate team that is joining us for this evening. Before we kickstart, of course, now that it's past Chinese New Year, you guys have already collected your ang paos, and maybe you've already collected your paycheck from your bosses as well, and you're looking for a brand new phone. Look no further, the iQOO 13 is here. It's jam-packed with all these amazing stuff packed in one powerful smartphone. As it is equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, you can experience the power of the monster inside with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, where your victory knows no limit. And not only that, it comes with the 7K Ultra Vapor Chamber cooling system, so you can say goodbye to overheating when you are playing Honor of Kings. Experience smooth, uninterrupted gaming with advanced cooling technology, keeping your iQOO 13 cool even in the heat of the battle. And you can definitely play all day long with the 120 watts fast charge and 6150 mAh ultra thin battery that can power you up in minutes. And with the ultra thin 6150 mAh battery, you can enjoy extended playtime. And don't worry, you can play even longer, as it comes with a 2K 144Hz Ultra Eye Care and Q2 chip, where you can game without limits while keeping your eyes protected. So that being said, I believe that we are still getting our lobby ready, where we will have 2 of these powerhouse teams to be going up against each other. When the lobby is ready, we'll definitely notify you guys. So right now, make sure you hit that like button, share a button, share it to your friends, hashtag iQOO Battle of Kings, hashtag Honor of Kings, hashtag iQOO 13, and you stand a chance to walk away with a pair of iQOO earbuds for free. That's right. Make sure you share this live stream wherever you guys are watching from, so you can walk away with brand new earbuds. Of course, if you guys do win, make sure you guys take a picture, tag iQOO as well. We'll definitely notify you if you do become winners by the end of this tournament run. So make sure you stay up to date by dropping by the iQOO social media platforms, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, okay? So that being said, we are already getting the draft underway. The first band comes in from PARV, as they will be banning away the Dolia from the action. We know how pesky it could be when you do have a Dolia that just refreshes the ultimates in the middle of battle. You call the ultimates down, and your friends will be like, wait, you said it was down. And it'll just be up again. So that being said, we also do have pretty standard bans right now, really strong in the meta. It's been Nuwa as well as Mai Shuranui in the mid lane. And we last saw Arlie being picked up. Arlie is definitely one of the marksmen that is very safe to play. Also very strong and competitive as well. So that is definitely going to be a respect ban. I believe they were watching how the matchup was unfolding. And therefore, you don't really want to allow that space. But you still have other strong marksmen like Lung that's being opened up. Speaking of which, PARV FRV will secure that Lung for themselves. That's a lot of V's that I have to mention. So, just looking into the next form of picks, what would they go for this time around? I do apologize, I couldn't really read Chinese, so therefore I will have to mention the heroes by name for the side of our team that will be playing on the red side, which will be Team TAR UMT. So far, things are looking pretty well and solid as we have gotten pretty much a very standard opening pick. When in the mid lane, we will expect pretty much I believe that to be a Yuhuan that was picked up. So it will be giving themselves a very huge AoE buff in some of all these team fights to actually navigate their way around while just looking for those pickoffs. Dharma as well as Ogren. Wow, we're looking at PARV to actually have a very scary side to deal up against. Dharma, strong Dharma players are super scary. When it comes down to level 1, maybe not so much. He just seems to be a really strong lane bully once he does have that dash available. And he's just so tanky. So I think that is going to be a very, very tough thing to navigate around. But looking into the mid lane pick, oh boy, this is getting a whole lot more interesting. So that being said, we're looking at the Lady Zhen to be picked up right now, as this will be the mage of choice for TAR UMT. A couple of all these other options still available as we look through the next phase of picks and bans. Ganon Mo has been locked away, as you don't really want to be slowly poked to death, as Lady Zhen doesn't really have the best of mobility, and therefore this is a very logical choice to actually go in for the ban. Meanwhile, when we take a look at the other form of the heroes that's left on the list, I think that there's still plenty of time for them to decide what exactly they do want to ban. Still not really decided just yet, it seems. At least the Diadia is a really solid choice coming in from the side of TAR UMT, as it's been released not too long ago. This is a support that does give a whole lot of buffs as well as heal to keep you sustained in those fights. It will be the Direnjie that will be banned away. So they're just locking out all these safe marksmen so that this will be an easy target. But what would they actually go for? I mean, when we look into the list, there's still things like a Consort U, is it decent? Marco Polo could be a really good choice as well. But if we look into what is being presented right now, it seems like there will be a ban onto the Yixing. One final ban before we move into our final few picks. Marco Polo has already been picked up. Over on the side of TAR UMT, they're looking for those big 5 versus 5s where Marco Polo swings right in with his ultimate, and that will be a really big turn of events if he can land that Fever Barrage perfectly. Sun Tzu to also couple alongside with the combo as well, while we have a Liang to go in, suppress whoever jumps forward. So this is a really good choice. You see that Marco Polo, you know he's gonna eat that ultimate coming from that Liang, and we have it all locked and loaded. It's going to be a best of 1 series between PARV FRV versus TAR UMT here in the iQOO Battle of Kings. Very, very interesting draft from both sides. Marco Polo usually brings the stun into the team fight, as you will have the Yuhuan to be moving into the jungle. So that will definitely mean that the Diadia, or should I say the Lady Zhen, will be taking overall run control of the mid side. Really want to see how they will opt to start off with the initial phase of the game. Especially when you have a Princess Frost, I think that there's just so many strong crowd control, CC we call it, where you have the Princess Frost as well as the Liang, where you could just lock a big area. And the thing is, TAR UMT, they want those big 5v5 fights. As we kick things off, make sure you check out the iQOO 13 available in stores. You guys also visit them online on their webpage to make your purchase today. starting things off here on the bomb side. A lot of pressure has been surmounting over onto this Marco Polo, being forced into pulling in, and he does get the first blood. What a dive to turn things around. Shin dropping really low, and just like that, he punishes Yuxia for just over diving on the bottom. We have to see that again. Incredible move. He jumped in, pulls in the stun, and just turns the fight around when he stepped into the turret. And that's why you have to respect the Marco Polo. Wow. Now the gold is injected to this marksman. This Marco is gonna be a big threat later on. This Lung, still having that early game phase, you still have to farm up first before anything gets done. Meanwhile, over onto the Clash lane, we don't always see mages in the Clash lane. But you know what? It is going to be a 5v5 mode, so long as you feel comfortable enough, it's going to be absolutely fine. So this Dharma, forced to play a 1 versus 2, so no choice but to hug that turret for now. Well, it is being supported over on the corner by the Diadia. Let's just say that right now, it is going to be a little bit of a tough situation, while they are going to be looking into how they will just sift through all these early game phase with the U1 pickup. Well, they managed to secure a couple of all these camps by their own. Still no help yet coming from the side of PARV. Playing things slowly and steadily for this very moment, while there is going to be a 3-member setup over the bottom side. We'll be hitting level 4 soon. They will have their ultimates up. And this is definitely going to be a really tricky one. Once the Liang does have the ultimate, that is where they will call for go. Just to secure one player under the ultimate, and then eventually have all the members jumping in right in. Speaking of it, it will be right now as they manage to go for a catch, and they get another kill for the Marco Polo. They call the shot so quickly. No focus being put, just that this is where they actually draw the line. They try to shove them all the way right back. Yuxia being safe underneath the turret, they won't be able to get that catch. But just like that, 2 clean kills have fallen to the favor of TARUMT. Meanwhile, while they have that big wave being pushed right in, that Dharma going into the jungle, stealing a camp away. Interesting maneuver, as we do see the Sun Tzu is moving around the map, not really finding the catch just yet. A little bit more of that control. 3 members over the side of PARV, hoping to actually find a little bit of something. It's going to be Argren Blaze trying to steal away the cannon, managed to do so with the smite. It is not going to be all too straightforward right now, as we will have a very steady pacing coming from the side of TARUMT. The more time you give to TARUMT, the stronger they become into this team fights, as they really want to call for the shots. Suppress over onto the support, and they all jumping right in. This is where they try to turn the fight around. They manage to get the catch over on the Sun Tzu, as this will be the first kill. Make that a double kill for Blaze. Oh, that was perfectly called. What a maneuver. Now the scores have been tied up 2-2. And I would love to actually get a replay of that one, but if you guys want to replay, you just scroll 10 seconds behind. That's all you can just do. Dragons are now spawned up, as it will be pretty much well secured. Or should I say 81 more seconds till the next drag to be appearing over the bottom side. Meanwhile, the Dark Slayer over on the top side is already up and running. This Dharma so far playing it really safely. So I want to see what is the impact of Nezuko heading into the battle later on. Isn't exactly the kind of Demon Slayer we do expect, but meanwhile we're looking at a steal coming in. Oh, Nezuko being so cheeky, taking that camp away. A little bit of pressure over the top side. Jiafu Yuxia is also over upper end of the field. So this Sun Tzu being all alone, they're going to be a dive upon the over the top side. This is not going to be looking all too easy, as they get the kill over on Sun Tzu. And they're definitely looking for that top turret as well. Meanwhile, over bottom side, a little pressure mounting over on side, with Shen almost dropping him down. Oh, that was a little too close. But backup comes arriving over the end. Shen's going to be absolutely safe. Forced to pop his ultimate just to get out of the assault. So right now, as much as it was a little bit of an initial strong start for TARUMT, they are now set behind. Losing that turret up there With Dev also on that Sun-Ce, that will mean that they will have a little bit of that gold injection. Meanwhile, top side though, another catch over onto that Sun-Ce. This is not looking all too good. Can he make it out alive? Apparently not so. 4-2 now moving into the dark player as well. This is going to be a clean take. No challenges so far coming from TAR-UMT, and they just bounce right back. Oh my, this is going to be a strong push, but here comes TAR-UMT. They're looking for that catch on the Loom, but this is a Loom we're talking about. This is not going to be an easy catch. He does not have his ultimate. Will be caught out. Killing spree for that Marco Polo. 3 kills already, but they really have to maneuver their way over on the top side. They're already crushing onto the tier 2 turret. Nobody's trying to stop them anyhow. 2 turrets in a row. This is going to open up so much room for PARV, FRV. They do trade right back though. All eyes are on this Marco Polo. Is he gonna join those team fights? And if he does he have the damage to take out everyone in that fight? It's going to be the big question right here. 6 minutes into play, but it does feel like forever right now. A lot of control. They will try to steal away the red buff. Meanwhile, they manage to get the catch. They jump right in. The long, just in the nick of time, pops the ultimate, gets away into safety, and now another fight erupts as they are trying to chase that Lady Zhen. Lady Zhen dropped down to 50%, not enough to actually get them a kill in the end of it all. And a little bit of a back and forth. A lot of ultimates now expended just to keep themselves safe, but the mid lane still stands for TAR-UMT. Great defense, great responses. Overall, they're getting a lot more cautious on what these moves are being pulled from PARV. That means that it will definitely require a lot more effort from PARV to do a lot more. Meanwhile, Jiafu's gotta be careful. 3 members over on mid side. Looking for a good stun. Not gonna have enough crowd control. They'll be able to navigate their way around. Shin now moves back towards the bottom side. The power of this Marco Polo, just look at it. Just one spell brings like 20% of the health bars chipped away. Meanwhile, over on the top side of the river, this is gonna be a little bit of a scary move as the dragon is now spawned and within 10 seconds from now. Is TAR-UMT gonna call for this dragon takedown? Are they gonna contest for it? Meanwhile, with bottom side open up, they're also looking to distract them for a little bit and secure one turret for their own. Holding over on mid wave, the dragon now open up. It is once again in the back for PARV to secure it. And TAR-UMT, they're just giving a lot of all these freebies away. They're playing a little bit too cautious, if you ask me. And they can't afford to slip another dragon away to the hands of PARV. Another camping stolen away. It's level 13 for Blaze. He got that big double kill early on. And this Ogren's going to be an absolute monster in some of all these fights. Oh my goodness, look at that poke. It's just immense as they all dive right in. It will be a very good safety net as this is going to be the Yuhuan that moves up away. And another good pick from the Princess Frost. Dropping it, a perfect ultimate. Pretty much locking them into place. 5-3 right now. Blaze diving right in. Already pushing and prodding, but not really having the clear angle just yet. They have to be careful of this Lang. Once he drops his ultimate, it will be pretty much locked right into place. As they try to go in for a reset for the moment. Yuexia so far doing an excellent job coming up with these catches. And it has been pretty much a big catch once again for this Marco Polo. Going on the rampage. Getting the drop onto this Princess Frost. There's not even a single moment that you could respond. Even with the flash available. This time, a little bit of pressure over the mid side. Both Overlord as well as the Tyrant pretty much online. Here comes. Big damages all across the board. They dive right over back. That is a beautiful double kill. All secured with a massive jump. That Sun-Ce definitely hit the jackpot right there. And TAR-UMT, they are absolutely back in the game. They get themselves that mid turret. And they're also looking to secure these objectives. The Overlord pretty much up for the taking as well. While the Tyrant pretty much up for grabs. This will definitely be in the back for TAR-UMT. Oh boy, that was the fight that Tar UMT has been looking for the longest of time. They all clumped up. They think that they're safe under the turret. They forgot there is a Sun Tzu that can't always go in for the flank. And my, that was absolutely potent. Now, scores have pretty much been override by Tar UMT. They're the ones with the upper hand right now with the 7 kills, 32k. They're not fully ahead just yet. 1,000 gold behind means that they still really have to play a little bit of catch up, but it won't be for far too long. Only 1,000 difference or 2 doesn't really hurt them all too much. Meanwhile, Overlord still up available. A little bit of dance over the mid side, as Dia has always played very aggressively. She just offers so much buff in terms of movement speed as well as healings. And PARV, they're trying to bait them into the Overlord pit. And this is all dropping really, really low. And who will actually get this one in the back? They're going for the smite, and this will still be PARV that secures it. Here comes the Lone coming with the ultimate, dropping right back into the battlefield once again. They are looking for their targets. This is going to be a chase over the top side. It's a double kill for the Agra. Blaze absolutely erupting into the battle. Well, they will have to pull back. This is not going to be safe for now, as they will have to just succumb to this push, where we even saw Nezuko secures that turret over a bottom lane. So explosive. And that confident call from PARV have just gotten them maybe the game. And another pick off, this time towards the Dia. And they are pretty much locked into place. Not many spaces for them to move about. They managed to also steal away the blue buff. Now looking for the kill. This goes invulnerable, so that's not going to be a kill on the Dia just yet.
Has destroyed a tower.
Which I say that was actually the Lady Zin. Of all the pressure pushing over onto each respective wave. But that's the power of the Overlord. But it is still a very even matchup. 8 kills both sides. And still undetermined just yet on who will actually get the biggest advantage. For now, you could clearly say that PARV, they have a slight upper hand because of the objective control. Getting that Overlord Tyrant now gives them a lot more of that space. And they've already secured a couple of tier 2 turrets. So it is going to be a little bit of a predicament. Waiting for a little bit of push. Shin now being spotted out, getting poked down. You can't afford to always receive all these pokes, even if it's coming from a support. But they weren't exactly looking for a fight. 30 more seconds from now, it is going to be the next Tyrant spawning over on the bottom side of the river. And this is where I think Tar UMT needs to make another big decision. Will they give this one away? It's all huge buffs. We're already having Nezuko hitting level 15 alongside with Blaze. In terms of advantages in battle, definitely PARV, FRV has the upper hand in terms of the power spikes, the items. Yuxia, all he has to do is just to click his ultimate, maybe look for that Lady Zin, and that will be the biggest catch of his life. Let's take a look at the current scenario. It seems like Tar UMT, they are looking to give the Tyrant away. They know that they cannot afford to risk to throw their bodies at their enemies right now. Just to have to look for those resources. The Dia is still level 13. Despite looking into this current situation, you can see that they do have some spots all pretty much open up. 30 more seconds for the next Overlord to spawn as well. Not giving away too much of that information while they're definitely looking for a catch. Interesting that it is going to be a standstill. As we take a look over the top side, the Ogren now reveals himself, going for a little bit of that push. Are they gonna stay around? I don't think they have the damage to burst down the Ogren just yet. The waves all crash in. They are looking for a dive. They are going to be jumping right into the target. They manage to get the catch onto that Legion as they will go unstoppable. Blaze still going right at them, opening up that mid tier 2, and all hell breaks loose from here on. full control for PARV FRV to march right in as they crush the inhibitor. 2 turrets at a go. My, I gotta catch a breath. That was a decisive strike. They know that there's only 2 members out there, and this Ogren was so confident. They know that there's not gonna be too much of a problem just diving to these mages. He went in to catch that lady. Speaking of a catch, it's gonna be Long getting another one in the back. The data goes down, and now everyone's running around their base. Bottom side waiting for those waves to crash right in. There's just no waves available, so I do believe this will be a call for them to go for the Tyrant instead. Or should I say the Shadow Overlord is up for grabs. The rest of TAR UMT, they have their hands all occupied. 2 times in a row, and they managed to secure the Overlord. So I don't know how exactly they're going to do it. TAR UMT will have to look for a very big catch. But this is a big problem when you need to deal with this Ogren. Blaze so far has been the best player in this lobby so far. Calling all the shots correctly. They have all these tools to make the team fights work. And Shin, all they have to do is to play cleanup. Waves have to be managed from that bottom lane. And oh boy. The Shadow Overlord's coming in from the bottom side. This is going to be a lot of big pressure coming in. We see a 2-2 split. Mid as well as bottom. Marco Polo over on top side. The thing about this fight for TAR UMT, you need that Marco Polo to catch onto all 5 members with his ultimate in order to turn the fight around. But he's all the way managing those waves over the top side. Here comes another call for the fight as they dive right in. They're looking for a target. Leadington will have to back away. And now into the base they go. Getting chased all the way downtown. It's going to be the Long that will secure it, but the Long eventually will wither down. They will have that double kill in their hands. Recommitting to the fight. It's going to be a godlike Ogren. And the fight will end right here, right now. PARV FRV will be your next team to move up into the brackets as they get closer to the finals. Congratulations, PA Revo FRV. They have shown perfect finesse, a perfect score for Blaze, as this Ogren was unstoppable throughout the whole game. I saw that there were great ideas coming in from TAR UMT, but it wasn't enough. They got all these kills onto the Marco Polo, but he was not able to actually contribute too much in these team fights. And you saw how slippery Shen was on this Long. I think that if you see a Long in the lobby, you've got to ban it out if you're not going to get that first pick. And this is going to be a big problem. A lot of teams will have to consider banning out Long every single game, because you saw how Shen have just absolutely sweep the floor clean alongside with this Ogren. So far, things are looking really, really solid for PA Revo FRV, and I'm hoping to see a whole lot more from this team. We will have more games coming your way, so don't go anywhere. This is the iQOO Battle of Kings online tournament. We'll catch you guys in a couple of moments.
What you did's all like swinging a bat. We job believed it and bringing it back. iQOO. Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did's all like swinging a bat. We job believed it and bringing it back. Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did's all like swinging a bat. We job believed it and bringing it back.
Welcome back once again to the iQOO Battle of Kings, where we bring you all the epic action of HOK battles. And of course, you can stand a chance to win a pair of iQOO earbuds by sharing this live stream or even commenting with these hashtags. So do both, I would say, for your chance to win the iQOO earbuds. So the hashtag you have to input is hashtag iQOO13, iQOO Battle of Kings, and hashtag Honor of Kings. And tag two friends to bring the likelihood for you to win even better. Or, you know, get your friends to also win the iQOO earbuds as well at the very same time. And while we're waiting for the next game, you can also check out the awesome iQOO 13, which comes with the Snapdragon 8 Elite 8K Ultra Vapor Chamber cooling system, 120 watts flash charge, 6,115 mAh ultra thin battery, and also the 144 Hz ultra eye care screen with the Q2 chip that is powered up to 2K, so you can game without limits while keeping your eyes absolutely protected while you spam all your matches with your friends and loved ones in Honor of Kings. So we've already gotten 2 games done and dusted. We last saw PA Revo FRV to be taking that win. They are now in the upper bracket. They will be having that match up against Enigma, but over onto that lower bracket finals, we are going to be having another 2 big contenders to be battling for the final spot. 3,000 ringgit is on the line. Who will be ready to walk away with the big prize money? As we will be looking at Team NNG to take on DTE Gaming. Here we go. The lobbies are up as we're already looking at a ban onto the Dun. Arlie also being taken out, as it's been one of the strong marksmen available. Don't forget, we also do have Long. The Augur being banned away, which means they are going to give that one up. Well, I wonder if the side of DTE wants to actually axe away the Long. Long is now open. It's a no-brainer. You got to take that Long whenever it's being opened up. Now, instead, for DTE, they will secure themselves the opening, as they will have the Dharma in their hand. Very solid clash lane and an S-tier marksman in the hands of NNN. So, NNG, excuse me. While they are also bringing the secure to be opening up some options here in their room. So I like what they have in store for the side of DTE at this very moment. Secure so far has been one of the best supports, the latest hero addition to the Honor of Kings roster. While they also answer back, we're looking at this very similar draft as we last saw from PA Revo. You have Lung, Liang, and Princess Frost. Oh boy, you already saw what happened last game. It's all the big ultimates all clash up all together. Oh, are we actually getting the Mankey into the match? This is definitely looking to be very, very interesting. I'm looking at the combos right now. You have the secure to continuously buff up this Mankey to be very, very annoying, moving around the map looking for those ganks. Now moving into the second phase, we are looking at a Dan Wei being banned off. Interesting enough, as we are looking to what other options are available right now for the taking. Nuwa was also available, which was actually not picked up by the side of DTE. Nuwa with the teleportation as well as all these long range shots of skill has been absolutely annoying, super strong. You see it pretty much in your ranked lobbies from time to time, and it's a little bit too safe, so they don't want that to be open. We are also getting a few other bans to be locked into place, so that is going to be pretty much Yuan off of the list as well. But looking into the pickup of the Yixing, another new hero that was released not too long ago, where you have those chessboards to be opened up. This is going to be those big ultimates coming in from the side of DTE as well. So I wonder what will be the response right now. It's not too telling. Most likely the Princess Frost will be the main mage moving into the equation, unless you want to run it as a double support setup. Mainly, you will still see Liang as one of the supports, but oh, wow. We are definitely getting ourselves something really spicy here. Lam to be the jungle, and also having the Guan Yu. This is a very classic matchup. Guan Yu versus Dharma. Both very strong side laners over the clash lane. Now, going down to the marksman, we see there's plenty of options available. Considering that Lady Sun to be the main pick-off, but I'm not too sure if this is going to be a wise choice. This Lady Sun will have to dodge a lot of things, such as the Guan chasing after her alongside with the Lamb, and it will still be locked in. So love the confidence coming in. This will be the Lady Sun that will have to survive that early game, but I would say this is still a very solid contender. My eyes will definitely be on the mid lane as well, because we have the Yixing to be a very, very powerful mage up the mid lane to match up against Princess Frost. Meanwhile, looking at the side of NMG, very easy execution. They don't really have to think too hard. If this Lamb goes in for a pick, you just want to jump into any form target and just crush anybody within sight. Now, let's head over to the Hero Scores as we will see who will be our finalists in the grand finals to have a chance to walk away with a big chunk of money. 3,000 ringgit on the line for our victors. Of course, distributed 2,000 big chunk for our first place winner and 8,000 for the second place. Starting things off early, this Lanny is actually trying to steal some camps away. That has already been spotted out by the Mankey to eventually secure the camp, so nothing too much has been lost so far. So far, very clear lane over on the bottom. These marksmen will have plenty of space to work with. A lot of poke onto the Princess Frost, so great work coming from the Shahid to be able to do so. Shakir now will be joining alongside over the bottom. This is going to be the standard laning phase, already working onto the Hawk, getting a little bit more of an injection of gold. So far, no takedowns just yet for both sides. There will be a lot of attention moving over the top end of the field, but it's not really easy to catch that Dharma, especially when it's being equipped with the flash spell. So you have plenty of dashes coming from Dharma, which is why you see it to be one of the safest options available over onto the Clash lane. Whereas we expect this to be a slow 3-minute mark until we get all of these objectives spawned up. Then we might actually see those big battles. Interesting spot to actually camp out. Well, so far things are still looking very, very good. A little bit of slight injection of gold from the bomb lane for this Lady Sun, as we see a very passive play coming from the Loon, not really overextending, and they're also trying to secure another camp just to get it right by. Oh, that was almost a steal, but close enough, I would say. A little bit of poking and prodding, not too much has happened just yet. Won't expect too much of a big flow of fight, as we do say. And I absolutely do love this skin. If you guys are fans of Saint Seiya, I know some people always say it looks a little bit like a different anime, but indeed it is the characters coming here from Saint Seiya instead. Over on the river though, something's happening right now. They get the first blood onto the Yixing. Great dive and a great eye, as we do have the first blood, which I do believe to be going over onto the Lamb. A little bit of jostle control this Mankey so far, playing it very, very passively while they are contesting for that small little camp over on the river. It is going to be well and secured, with a little bit of XP advantage over onto this Dharma, almost hitting onto level 6 already. Less than a minute, we are going to see the Tyrant spawning alongside with the Overlord over the top side. Of course, more tension over onto the side of the Tyrant instead. Meanwhile, might be different plans for the side of NNG. Going for the catch, jumping right in, but Mankey still too slippery. You can see that the Mankey really jumps off. No need to burn any other spells. It's going to be A-OK. But now, problem is, who's going to get that control over on the riverside? We are looking at a ultimate being burned already. This is going to be a bad timing, it seems. It seems like they will eventually lose that bottom turret. And eventually, the rest of VTE, they open up that spacing for this take onto the Tyrant. They're pulling it out, and oh, this is gonna be the suppression. This is a big catch onto that marksman. Are they gonna get the kill? Yes, they will. It's gonna be in the hands of that Princess Frost. Still looking for more as they dive right in. Flash now being burned out. They both have to flash away, and now chasing through. It's gonna be the Lamb looking for the securance, and this Guan Yu dives right in, still not able to actually secure it. It's gonna be the slash, and eventually will go out. 3 kills on each side, and the Tyrant is still up available, but with 2 members, they should be able to secure it.
Has been defeated.
What on earth just went on? Like, in the blink of an eye, you saw the fight just erupted, and it was just a goose chase. Everybody's going out for blood, and eventually 3 players drop from each side. And now only slight advantage towards the side of NNG with the upper hand of that 1 kill, while the goal injection coming in from that Tyrant takedown has resulted in DTE still coming up ahead with the goal lead. All eyes now on that Overlord. Both teams now move towards the upper end of the field. No, hiding right inside of the bush. It seems like this is still going to be a little bit of a tricky predicament, but this is going to be Mankey being caught out. Suppressed by the Liang as they all drop in the transport. The Mankey does slide away. 2 ultimates being burned, but not finding it at all. This is just so tough, and we definitely see the big ideas coming true, but it does not bear fruit. Now you have to wait maybe 1 minute more before the big ultimates come back up online. The Liang needs his ult to be up in order to actually find any form of catch. Princess Frost has already got the ulti back online. Only 1,400 of difference right now. A lot of room open up. This might just be a call for the Overlord right now. Seems to be the case.
Red team
as they manage to eventually secure 1 turret over onto the top side. Don't want to put all their eggs in one bag. They do manage to get a little bit more of that wiggle room, so I'm not too sure. Is it going to be any for a move coming from the side of NNG? They're really opening up too much space on the side lanes. Now that they lost 2 turrets, this is going to be so much more room for DTE to play around the map. Take a look at the Lamb. He managed to spot 1. Are they still going to call for this Overlord? I believe it might just be too early. There's no opening pick. They're playing a little bit too careful, still trying to see if they can find 1 pick off over mid lane. Little push and prod. They are now getting a little bit more eager. Trying to see if they can steal something. That buff's still going to be secured by that Lamb, but they are already working on that Overlord. Oh, this is definitely going to be a big news over to DTE as they secure themselves that Overlord. Now, you have that pushing power. They're definitely looking for that mid lane turret eventually. But just take a look. A little bit of a widespread of control. Guan Yu already working over to the bottom side. And there's not going to be any members of DTE to be able to secure anything at all. They will have to let this turret go.
Has destroyed a tower.
You can see how strong the minions are. But not to be fret, as they do have the Shadow Overlord now pushing all together on all 3 sides of the lane. They are looking for the catch. The Mankey jumps right in, trying to actually stall as they look for that Yishen. The Yishen has to flash away. They manage to get the catch over to the Lady Sun. This is going to be the first kill. Make that 2 as this Lamb goes on a killing spree, taking down more and more of their targets, and a complete wipeout, leaving only 2 members left. They were not even part of the fight. Where were they in that tick of the battle? That was absolutely clean. Now you see another big item now brought right in from the side of the Lamb. And what could they hold on to right at this very moment? Just the strikes. All of these suppressive moves. It always starts with this Lamb getting that catch. And as a matter of fact, it was that Mankey had to actually jump right in, but they weren't really careful enough. That's the thing about having a Lady Sun. When you have too many divers, it's not really all too safe. Without any of all your members in front, you need this Dharma and the Mankey to start the fight before you consider anything else. The next turn now to be taken over by NNG. I guess that's a little bit of that added boost of gold as well as XP injection. Even despite that control over the map, the rest of DTE, they considered so much space, so much room across the map that we saw when that fight broke loose. The Dharma was nowhere to be seen. You need this Dharma in the battle if you need anything to be happening over here. All speaking of which, here comes a call for a fight. They match Gatsu, a perfect calling as they manage to take down that Princess Frost. They try to respond in kind as they only take down the Shakir. It's not going to be enough though. They try to respond in kind. They go in for a dive and they manage to find a few openings right there, taking down that Lady Sun. Still going for the chase. This is going to be Mankey as they try to open up that room over mid lane. And look at the flash, the knockups, and it is all taken out. Perfect calling coming in from the Dharma, understanding the damage output, and just like that, they take over. And now the tides have turned. The goal now favors the rest of DTE, but they were having a little bit more problems. This Mankey stayed for a little bit too long, hoping to steal that buff away. And now, problem is, this Mankey is very, very low, and they're already working onto the next Tyrant already. Is it gonna be a crazy steal? It's gonna be close, but not enough. Lom still actually gets it in the back. Mankey dropping low, but they still manage to catch out that Princess Frost, so that is absolutely worth it. At least getting a little bit of that consolation. They now march over the mid side. They do have some minion waves to actually pull off a heist. But take a look at that Guan Yu. He's going to be looking for that flank as well. Guarding onto that Shadow Overlord. It's not going to be an easy task to do so. But speaking of the Overlord, this is going to be DTE looking to secure another Overlord in their hands. This has been so far the closest series that we've had in this best of one. Just like that, DTE, they get their hands on another haul of Overlord powered minions to push right through. This is going to be an absolutely scary phase for NNG. NNG, they need to actually find that perfect catch. It's not easy to reach Yishen. If you can find that Lady Sun again, that will be the perfect scenario. But after that, you have a very destructive Mankey in the thick of the battle. Speaking of which, they're definitely looking for a catch right now, looking for the flank angle. Here comes the drop of the chessboard, but it's not going to be able to actually find anything at all. Ultimate wasted for the time being. This could be a very good punish. Speaking of punish, they do drop the suppression over onto this Mankey. Jumps right in. Not going to be able to find anything at all as he is trying to pull a little bit of room. The Guan Yu goes in for a flank as well as they do not find anything at all. The Mankey does not survive. And it is going to be a killing spree for Tud on that lone.
Red team has destroyed a tower.
The push and pull, and you see so much being burned just to get that one catch. As much as this Mankey is tanky, it is still not tanky enough to deal with all the damage coming from at least 4 members of NNG. So they got to respect some of all these areas of battle. And that dive was a little bit too deep. If it was that open room, and if that's going to be an ultimate coming from Yishen, which has already been burned up. Speaking of that, it's going to be the ultimate being pop right in. Are they really ready for the battle? No, apparently not. They immediately collapse, and that is going to be the Lamb being caught out. The double kill. This is the best chance possible as they drop in with the Dragon's Den, and it will be it. Another perfect pickup, and they will now open the floodgates. This could be the end of it all. As they march through the bottom side, do they have enough minions to take them all down? Only 2 members left, Lung as well as Guan Yu. What else can they do? Can they clear the minions? The minions are all flooding right in, and they will now dive right through. They're risking their lives trying to pull off of this in defense, but that will be it. DTE will be one of your finalists to be heading into the iQOO Battle of Kings Grand Finals. Wow, I got to catch my breath. A very decisive strike. You saw it was back and forth. The initial phase we see NNG dominating, and then they start to give turrets and turrets away, and it starts to crumble with all that room that was for the taking. We saw a couple of brilliant moves, especially from the Mankey, to open up that spacing, and eventually they allowed this Lady Sun to tear through their opponents, and that was how they work it all out. As much as they have those big ultimates, I would definitely want to commend that Yixing that was played to perfection, dropping that chessboard perfectly into play, navigating that Princess Frost needs to be the first target in all these fights. Every time this Princess Frost gets caught out, they win that battle, and that was what happened. As much as that Lung has managed to do a lot of damage in some of all these battles, it was barely enough. That was the final nail in the coffin by the end of that fight, where they lost too many of their members. Even with that Lung surviving, you saw there was too many minions for them to navigate, and that was pretty much it. So that being said, we have already locked in one finalist. We shall find out who will be the other finalist to be joining DTE in the grand finals. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did's all like swinging it back. We drop a leap, then I'm bringing it back. iQOO. Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did's all like swinging it back. We drop a leap, then I'm bringing it back. iQOO. Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did's all like swinging it back. We drop a leap, then What you did's all like swinging a bat. We drop a lead and then bringing it back.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the grand finals of the iQOO Battle of Kings online tournament. And of course, all this brought to you by iQOO themselves. And of course, special thanks to everyone behind Honor Kings for allowing us to have this perfectly smooth tournament. And also, for those of you guys who are currently tuning in for this live stream, we have something special for you. You can stand a chance to win a pair of iQOO earbuds by just liking, sharing, and commenting on this live stream. But you gotta make sure you put in these hashtags when you comment. Hashtag iQOO13, iQOO Battle of Kings, and hashtag Honor of Kings. Tag 2 friends along and stand a chance to walk away with these freebies of the iQOO earbuds. And at the very same time, do check out the latest iQOO 13 as it's powered with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, where you experience the power of the monster inside with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, where your victory knows no limits. And of course, we also do have the 7K Ultra Vapor Chamber cooling system alongside with the phone, 120 watts flash charge, and 16,150 mAh Ultra Teen battery, where you can game all day long. And your eyes are always protected with the 2K 144Hz Ultra Eye Care alongside with the Q2 chip. Now, the battle is set. Who will be your champions of the iQOO Battle of Kings? The champions will walk away with 2,000 ringgit, and the runner-up will walk away with 1,000. Before we kickstart, I also would like to correct myself that the winner for that past round, since I did not mention which side is which side, it was actually NNG that was playing on the red side. So NNG is currently in the finals, challenging up against our superstars of Enigma. That's it. Our drafts are ready. Enigma starts off on the blue side, and we're already seeing the ban on that Dada. So far, we've seen a lot of all these meta heroes to be banned away. My Shiranui has not been able to be picked by anybody at all throughout the entire tournament, and we understand how powerful my Shiranui's burst is. That's definitely my very favorite hero. Some of you guys love to play Dark System style. If you're just like me, I would sometimes even put my Shiranui on that Clash lane, but don't be me, guys. I'm nowhere as good as this, guys. Now, what's interesting to note is that there is a ban onto this Lung, which means that Enigma, they might prioritize something else. I'm thinking that it is going to be the Ogren, since it's not being banned away. 15 seconds left. Instead, they opt to pick Princess Frost first. Now the question is that we've seen a lot of Princess Frost being picked up to be paired alongside with that Liang. Are they gonna do so? Dolia is open up alongside with that Dun. Very steady pick to open what we are seeing here coming from NNG. Also, for all of you viewers out there, the last couple of rounds were best of one. Since this is the grand finals, this is going to be the best of 3. So whoever wins 2 rounds in a row will be your champions of the iQOO Battle of Kings. As I did expect, the Ogren has been the favorite pick for Gui of Enigma, while they also pair it with the Byron that has been the solid, steady Clash laner for the side of Enigma as well. Nothing too much have changed, except that for the side of NNG, they are picking that Shi to actually join in the battlefield to be the staple mid laner. And we're already seeing some changes in the ban. Mozu to be banned away. as it definitely offers those annoying long-range pokes, plenty of damage if you're gonna go for that full burst build as well. They also do understand that last game that Lady Sun was picked by NNG, and that has worked wonders. They're really thinning out the pool of all these marksmen. Arlie has also been locked away, so that's like what, 3 marksmen on that ban list already? One final ban, and it's gonna be on that Liang. They know that that combo along with Princess Frost is gonna be a little bit too much to deal with. Therefore, that is absolutely a wise choice to at least let Enigma to change some of their picks. But there's still plenty of different combos that you can work with the Princess Frost with that big Winter's Calling, of course. It's gonna be Deerinja taken out, so now I'm really scratching my head here. What kind of marksman do we have left? Are we gonna force a Marco Polo? Are we gonna force other things like a Shouyue to come in? There is Garo to be considered as well. I think that Garo definitely can work very, very well in this kind of composition where you're definitely looking for some form of pickoff. Still have decent mobility to work with. So it will be pretty much a very solid pick. But also keep in mind, now that you have Luban open up, but the mid laner has been picked, I was thinking that Nuwa could also be a very good option, but of course that's not what they need at the moment. So they are going for that Shouyue. So you can see that they have very high poke ratios. The damage can be very absurd when you combine that with Princess Frost. And oh boy, we're gonna have a big fight going our way. So final pick, they are considering that Dolia. Very, very interesting to see that the Dolia was they slipped all the way to the last pick, not being considered by Enigma at all. But here we have it, lock and loaded. It is going to be a very big fight in this best of 3 to determine who will be your champions of the iQOO Battle of Kings. With that being said, we will now move into the Hero's Gorge in our final 2 battles, or maybe 3, if it goes all the way to those 3 games, if we do happen to have the time. Once again, check out the iQOO 13 as it's currently in stores. It's definitely jam-packed with a powerful Snapdragon 8 Elite, 7K Ultra Vapor Chamber cooling system for you to play all day long. A little bit of the jostle control mid lane, something's happening here. A lot of pressure coming in from that land pole to jump all the way to the back end, and you know land poles are always going to be that annoying juggernaut in this early game. He's getting pushed and pulled. He's got to really respect the kind of damage output coming in from both the Dolio as well as the Garo. Should I say the Shu? And they're already moving on to the bottom side. The Shouyue is all alone. I mean, he can still poke and prod. Oh, that sniper rifle absolutely missed the shot. Gotta align your targets, but that land pole has already joined right in. Gonna be more EXP going in favor to that Dolia instead. Well, the battle between the 2 Clash laners will definitely take some time. Byron as well as Dharma. I would still say that Dharma will not be hindered to be baited into a commitment of a fight, because early level Dharma, you're definitely not doing all too much until you hit some of all the power spikes where you have more levels onto that skill 1. Then you could definitely do a lot more damage. Meanwhile, JY does get a little bit of that opening to get that knockup through. Speaking of which, this is going to be a big jump coming right through. Done. Trying to secure it. One last shot is all it takes. Will it be enough? Yes, it's going to be the first blood in the hands of Nono. Perfect calculations out there, but now with a little bit of that rotation, they might actually get a catch onto this Done. Don't think it's going to be all too much of a hassle at all. I love the rotations. It has been looking pixel perfect and clean, but here comes the Princess Frost. Grabs the ultimate, not really catching anything at all. Great line of sight as we see that the Dun dodged the other way around, not soaking too much of the damage. And just like that, wasted the ultimate coming from the Frost.
Go pursue.
This is why Enigma has been one of the top contenders in this tournament. So far, their plays have been very, very clean. Speaking of clean plays, I mean, even NNG has been doing exactly the same no-no in the middle of 3 of these members. Very, very dangerous situation to be at. Managed to pull all the way back. Meanwhile, over on the top end of the field, this is going to be a big shot over on the side of no-no. A lot of all these members just dancing all around, and they do go in for the jump. Big ultimate's trying to line the shot. It will still be a kill secured by the Lampo, I believe. No, it's going to be a TP out of the way. So no casualty. They do manage to catch that Garo. They definitely wanted a whole lot more. Gui, so far, just having a lot of room to himself. This is going to be an Ogren that is going to scale as he goes. So far, despite all the nerfs and changes to an Ogren, is still very relevant in competitive play because of how well you could just soak in all the damage as well as dish damage by your own in the middle of a team fight. Oh boy, a little bit of a poke and prod, but that is not exactly the target that he wants done. Now shoves the wave back over to the mid side. Meanwhile, top end. Definitely interesting on how that wave actually got pushed all the way through. As this is going to be a big jostle of control for that Tyrant. Shoei with that smite might be able to steal it away as well. They got to keep in mind that this is going to be a tough one. Thun goes in to smite it all off. Managed to actually secure it and now jumps over onto the marksman. There's not much space for the Shoei to run, but he does actually flash away. Now it is going to be a frozen Thun right in front of him. Still has just enough damage to book to goes in. Hop strikes, gets that double knockup, no follow-up whatsoever. They're still gonna go for a chase. Big catch with the ultimate slamming 2 members on the wall. A big double kill with the Dharma with the flank. He's gonna look for a little bit more, but I believe that fight has already been well sorted out. That Dharma play, knocking 2 members to the wall, was just that perfect icing on the cake. After that, you're still traveling all across the map, trying to secure the buff. This is not going to be all too easy. This is going to be stolen away. Making a world of hurt as Gui will have to lose a little bit of EXP, but not too much to worry about. As an Ogren won't be all too mana hungry from level 8 onwards, so it's still pretty decent, I would say. Whereas buff transfer, hoping to actually give this one into the hands of the Shouyue. So far, after the Tyrant, we don't really get too much of a big action to be expected unless if there's going to be any form of challenge for the Shadow over the top side. Just a little bit of poking and prodding, no full commitments coming from even the Lianpo. Oh no, this is bad. Oh, that Frost got caught up out of nowhere. And just like that, 4 members collapse. And NG, they want blood, and they can smell it already. It's going to be a killing spree. And even more, a double kill, knocking out that Gui. Ogren could not even last for so long. And just like that, 4 members taken now off the list. This is going to be an open mid lane for the taking. 2 turrets immediately in one fall swoop. 7-1. And NG is absolutely dominating. It all started with a missed position. That Princess Frost tried to channel a big ultimate, but it was in the middle of nowhere. She gets caught out. Everyone was forced to try to do something to try to save that Princess Frost, and look where it got them. 4 members taken out. NNG, they were in that perfect position, and this Garo pick worked out too perfectly, just dashing right into the fight, and then Dharma yet again. So disruptive.
Red team has destroyed a tower.
Man. They gotta really look out for themselves and also respect a little bit more that room around that river, because that is a very, very hot spot. You would always expect somebody to be there. If you don't want to be picked off, don't go anywhere near that as a mage. Frost so far still holding himself well. They do expect a little bit of that pressure coming in from NNG. It's going to be the smite to go down. Will they actually steal it away? Not going to be the case. It is going to be Dune trying to hold on for as long as possible. And here comes the flank. Coming in from that Dharma, they do have the ult being popped right in. Just a little bit of damage being done, but just have to let go of this Lampo. There's not much that can be done about that situation right there. They tried to defend the buff, but it was not all too worth it. 7 minutes and 40 seconds. And now they're already knocking onto the doors, so hitting right into the mid turret already. This is going to be a tough one to crack. All the ults are now being popped right out there. They are trying to catch Kui. They are burning their health bars. The life steal just about enough to keep this dude into safety, and it is a perfect double kill coming from the Garo. They are still looking for more. They dive right in. This Lampo does manage to take out some of all the medium waves, but it's not going to be enough. The mid lane turret, the bottom lane turret, both crumble at the very same time. And NG looking ultra convincing to take on the throne as well. They dive right in, try to actually find a pickoff, and that will be their demise. Members of Enigma, then unrelenting, not willing to bow just yet. There is that minion still in place, and it is won by this Dharma. And NG books their first win, and one more away from securing the Grand Finals trophy. And what a finish it was. A convincing win, as this Dharma has been absolutely unstoppable throughout the fight. And when we take a look at all these sort of battles, it's just so well coordinated by the side of NNG. We had the ideas going into the right place, but it wasn't exactly the perfect execution. We don't really see much of an activation coming from the side of Razors. I think that the main player inside of the side of Enigma definitely was their MVP JY, but as a supportive tank, there's only so much that you could actually stall for your team and to even set things up. They tried to go in for catches, but it didn't seem like they have gotten the right targets to be prioritized, and this Dharma just get this free opening to walk right through them and win all these team fights. So that is the first win by NNG. Will they secure a back-to-back victory to be your champions? We shall find out. So we'll take a couple of minutes and we'll be right back for game 2 of the Grand Finals here in the iQOO Battle of Kings.
tall like swinging a bat. We drop a lead and then bringing it back.
Welcome back once again to the iQOO Battle of Kings online tournament. So far, it has been an epic battle between some of the best teams across Malaysia. Thank you guys so much for signing up. And now we are down to our grand finals. We have already gotten a win for NNG. They need one more victory to be crowned as champions to walk away with the prize money of 2,000 ringgit. I would say both of these guys are winners already. Enigma currently back against the wall. They need to win 2 times in order to claim the championship title. So that being said, 3,000 ringgit is on the line. We'll see who will be the grand champions here in the iQOO Battle of Kings. Of course, this is also one of the last few chances for you guys to win an iQOO earbuds for free. All you have to do, share the live stream, comment with these hashtags. Hashtag iQOO13, hashtag iQOO Battle of Kings, hashtag Honor of Kings, for you to stand a chance to walk away with your brand new iQOO earbuds. Not only that, do check out the iQOO 13 as it's equipped with some of the latest technologies as well as the best for you to game all day long with the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Experience the power of the monster inside with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, where your victory knows no limit. And also, it is also packed with the 7K Ultra Vapor Chamber Cooling System. Then you could say goodbye to overheating. Experience smooth, uninterrupted gaming with advanced cooling technologies and keeping your iQOO 13 cool even in the heat of the battle. With a fast charge 120-watt battery alongside with 6150 mAh ultra thin battery, it can enable you to play all day long. So that being said, it's time for us to start. Perhaps this could be it. This might just be the final battle as we hit right into the draft. NNG, they've won it from the red side, and now we'll be on the blue side for the first pick. Meanwhile, Enigma, they're still trying to find their win. So this will be the most important draft of it all. Interesting enough, they were the ones to pick Dun in that last round, but they will be the ones to ban it away. My Shiranui so far has always been the ban, will consistently be the ban this time around. Moving into the second game, they banned out the Dolia. So they had played these picks before, and they are just hoping that, hey, we're gonna try to copy your draft, maybe make life a little bit more difficult for you, since you like to play Ogren and stuff. Now Ogren is left available. There's so many things, like even Nua is open up as well, but instead they ban out the Didia. So what exactly will be the option now? If they do go for the Ogren, they will just open up things like the Dharma and other picks as well. Instead, they say, you know what? You didn't ban the Lung. I can pick Lung, I can pick Arlie, whichever one available. They went for the Arlie instead. They say, okay, guys, you guys can have the Lung. If you don't pick it now, we're gonna ban it away. So there's definitely pressure onto the side of Enigma. They will definitely secure the Lung. Now also to add into the list of the heroes being picked up, we now have a Zhang Fei on the side of Enigma. And they absolutely forgot there is still the Ogren that has been so potent. They will have to give this one away. This time it's going to be Lampo being stolen off by NNG. Oh boy. Now that is an interesting grab because they have already picked the Dharma as well. So this will be a little bit of exchange. It's like, you can have my Lampo, I will take your Dharma, and that is a fair trade. But what exactly will be the response? I think that what happens here is that on the clash lane, NNG might consider picks like the Byron, something a little bit tanky and can still do a lot of damage into the team fights. Moving into the next fields of ban, we are seeing the Byron being banned away the moment I said it. Things are getting a little bit trickier for the side of NNG this time. There's no mages being picked up just yet, so they really want to ban off the Luna. The immediate response, because Luna in team fights is just super duper strong. You don't really want that pick to be opened up. Final bans for each side. They definitely have to consider if they want to go for a support ban. Well, technically you've already gotten supports pretty much secured. I do believe that the Lampo is already a support. It's going to be the Sun Tzu ban away. They are trying to lock out that clash lane. They want to try to get a big win over the top side of the lane. So that is going to be rather interesting. Is that going to be a iQOO to be picked up here? I'm not exactly certain of it, whether if this is going to be the big AOE game plan, but it can actually still work out if they want to. We're seeing iQOO has been very proficient. Oh, is it going to be the Jing? I would love to see the Jing. The mirror images, the dances around. It is definitely one of the hardest heroes in the game. And Enigma, they are going all in. That is big news. What is going to be the answer? Mayin is also a very strong pick if they really want to pick that one up. But against Dharma, I don't think it's going to outrightly win that duel in the lane. But I think it is the best option because you need somebody to lock onto this Jing. There's no better pick than the Mayin to do so. So far, they still have the Princess Frost. So you will still have a very good option when you want to peel away in some of all these team fight. And immediately, the final pick, since you still have A tier or almost S tier mid mage to be opened up. Interesting enough, nobody has gone for Nua, but they aim for the Yixing instead. So we have already gotten the draft secured. Is iQOO proficient enough on this Jing? Is he going to be the golden boy to tie this series up? All eyes are on this Jing and this potentially final battle. If Enigma gets a win, we will go all the way to the finish line on our game tree. But it all boils down to this. Here we are into the Hero's Gorge. It's all about perfect executions. And they have to do this flawlessly. Once again, iQOO, the man on the mission, the Jing, will be one of the most important players in this field. As a Jing player, you need to always know your combos well enough to dance around your opponents and also create that mirror image. They're already trying to disrupt them inside of the camps, and I'm not too sure if that was any form of steal, but it's not going to affect the rest of Enigma all too much. NNG, steady start. Apparently it is going to be just less than 100 gold of a difference right now, of a difference of last hits and stuff like that. And you can definitely tell that they're not going to do any form of cheesy strats for the moment, as the support has been supplementing this Jing on every single camp before rejoining with the rest of the members over on the bottom side, as this will be pretty much a very solid start. Zhang Fei versus Lampo. They are looking to cut off the exit. The Princess Frost already jumping right into the back line and immediately popping in the flash. There's nowhere to run. First blood already being secured over the mid lane. It is the first blood for Gui, but over on bottom, they have lost the life of Razors. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade-off, but it is a worthy trade after all, as we got a 2-kill pickup by the side of NNG. Big commitment of the ultimate coming in from the Yixing. Not really finding a kill, but at least forcing this Mayin to back away. The swap lanes are making things very, very tough. As we do see some movements over on the mid side. This Ogren just trying to chunk out some HP bars for the Yixing. Well, they are now jumping all the way back, trying to look for that Princess Frost, but the battle will continue. This Ogren still wants a little bit more as they are trying to look for a dive over on the Yixing, but they have this man locked and loaded as they turn their backs around, getting a kill on that Ogren, and now here comes Lempo jumping right in. Not enough damage, no output whatsoever. They will remain to be safe. 2 for 2. Well, it is definitely looking rather interesting on how they have been maneuvering around. Look at the situation right now, Enigma. So far, still having decent control. Already stealing one camp away. 1 minute till the next spawns of the Tyrant, as well as the Overlord. It looks very much like Enigma has gotten a very good control over onto the jungle, as well as the river for the time being. They can always turn their cards around, but you can see the pressure over the mid side here is definitely adding up. Just a little bit of dance over on the bottom side. Well, top side, definitely looking very interesting, as I did mention that in the Dharma versus Mayin matchup, Mayin does not really have that much advantage. Her advantage is only in the form of team fights, where of course, whenever she has this full charge, she goes in. Either you go in for a multi-knockup in those team fights, or just single out a target, just going from 100 to 0, killing off prime targets like maybe Gui or even Razors. That will be the best case scenario. Now, Tyrant is already online. They've got eyes on it. The Yixing is already in position. It's just a little bit of poke and prod. No full commitments just yet, but the Ogren is already in place. They're just gonna dance for a little while longer as they need to build up a little bit more of that pressure up over the mid lane. They will have the Zhang Fei to try to open up a little bit more of that space. Same goes to the Lianpo. Both supports here very important in their roles to look for a big opening here. Tyrant now brought down to 80% of health. Just any minute right now, as we're looking at a flawless fight. I'll open up from the side of the Yixing, but not really catching on to anyone. Just creating a little bit of zone control. They are pushing over to the mid side. The Mayin has called it off. Both did not actually commit towards battling it out. So the Mayin will have a little bit of an upper hand over the top side. And now, that space is now open for Enigma to secure this Tyrant uncontested. Is it going to be a jump? No one, it's not going to be it. Gui secures the first Tyrant of the game. All the blood axes now being bought right through Razors, as well as Gui will have a little bit more of that damage amplification coming from the items. I would say eventually it'll be caught up as well. That formula gold injection definitely a little bit helpful if they really want to look for a fight right now. There is going to be the Yixing moving over to the bottom side. Is this going to be a big catch? I don't think they're going to go in for a pull. They do open up the... Oh, it's not going to be a catch, unfortunately. That's the thing about dealing with an Arlie when she does have an umbrella up. I mean, she could just pull all the way back. She could also go in for the fight initiation. You can just see so slippery as it goes. The Ogren calls in for the fight. Meanwhile, over back. Whoa, beautiful knockup. That will be it. The kill going over in favor of the Ogren as they are still diving right in, looking for Razors. Razors got nowhere to go. He now pops his ultimate as that dragon will be sent all the way back. Good call, but here comes Jing as well. A little bit too late. Currently 3 for 2. Ogren still pretty much having the health to work with. They do not stash that buff away. So far, very even up. That catch has resulted in the rest of NNG to get a little bit of goal upper hand as they manage to crush that bottom side turret. They are jumping in. They dive right through, but the cavalry has arrived. This is not going to be the right fight for them to take. The Mayin goes down.
Has slain an enemy.
Overcommitment. The flash was not used by the Mayin to get out as well. A little bit devastating, and now they respond in kind. Topside being pushed by the Dharma, as Frost will have free reign of control. They're also looking to jump right into the jungle, cutting them off. And just look at the dance coming from Gui. Oh, he knows how to work this Jane really well. So hoping to actually snatch this blue buff away. Yes, he will be able to secure it. So far, so good. As Enigma, they are not backing off just yet. They are instead creating a lot of all these pressure points from the top, from the mid side as well. Now that Mayin is back up online, we'll be able to navigate and maneuver around, neutralizing some of all these waves as these objective control is starting to slide away. I mean, if Enigma really wants this Overlord, they could absolutely go for it, but they have no clue where they are just yet. Now they at least have a clue where the Ogre is for the meantime. No. Just trying to prepare for this buff steal as they all jostle for that control. Meanwhile, big jump coming in from Frost. The Dharma knocks him on the wall, gets the catch on the Princess Frost. This is that big opening, but it will respond in kind. The Arlie instead shuts down Frost. So that is a mid laner for a Clash laner. Their playstyles are so similar. The response rate, the ideation, it's all immensely connecting. Meanwhile, top side, big push coming in. That Arlie will have to back away as we will see a big chunk of HP lost from the side of the lamp, forced to flash over the wall. In the nick of time, No will remain to be safe. Not so much from what we are seeing here over on the mid side, though. Very dangerous as we are looking at chessboard now being caught right in. Oh, look at the damage! Just enough to pick off the Princess Frost. And it is a very quick call coming in from Razors to immediately pop his ultimate to get out of a sticky situation, while this Mayin so far have already gotten pretty much their items online, going for a catch right now, jumping into the Zhangfei, not the tire they want, but they will eventually wither him down as they will eventually crush this tank support. A little bit more of members over the mid side. This might just be the perfect opportunity for the rest of NSG to crush that mid lane turret. Enigma so far looking for that flank, and they will get it. They found that Ogren perfectly on that side lane. There was no business for him to be around that corner, no camps whatsoever. And my, Enigma, they won the big prize pool, and they're fighting tooth and nail for it. Just a little bit more of the pressure over on mid side. Here comes the next Tyrant up online. Core members already corralling around the Tyrant. Is it going to be any form of response coming from Enigma? Enigma now slowly marches their way in. They will have to give that space away. But now, this is going to be the pit being opened up, and the floodgates open. All the elements being thrown right through, and this is where all hell's breaks loose. And they still manage to walk away. Ogren will still eventually find a little bit more of that opening to catch that Yixing. And now the chase is on. The Tyrant has already been secured by the side of Enigma. The great collateral collapse. Just like that, they are sliding away. This is going to be another jump right through the middle. They are trying to find whether if they could counter the attack. Great navigation. Eventually, both sides will have to call for a truce, so it is going to be a grand reset. I really want to take a look at the scoreboards for these players so far to see how things are looking like. So far, Arlie doing absolutely well. Ogren as well. Mayin will definitely have to find the flank angles a little bit better. So far, it has been Frost that has been out-dueling him from that early stage of the battle. Now they are actually calling in for the Overlord. Very risky move. Are they ready to pay the price though? Because going, moving right in, going for the jump. He does manage to get the catch on the kill. Eventually going falls down as well. An eye for an eye. 1-for-1 trade. Is it still going to be challenged? So far, it is going to be the Zhangfei in the middle of the fight. Here comes the Long driving into the battlefield, and this is where JY will have to leap away. They lost too much of the pressure, but they are still within the pit. The rest of Enigma, they fall back. They don't know they fully commit into this Overlord take. This could be very costly. Are they still going to answer back? It is a free Overlord for NNG. Don't count them out just yet. Come on, finish the job, man. There we go. Ooh, that was a long fight. A little bit of breathing space for myself. Oh boy, ain't that something. These two teams just understanding timing so well. Whenever those camps are spawned, they immediately try to hijack it from their opponents. And right at this very moment, I'm still looking for that pop-up of going. Wait, he went into that battlefield. He looked for the catch against Princess Frost, but he is in the middle of 4 other members. Ideally, you don't want the Jing to be the first unit to go for a catch. You want Frost or even JY. Leave right now! The Augury caught out! It is a Rampage going in for... Wow. Absolutely bonkers. This matchup is way too close. Sure, you could say that was those 3 clean kills. In exchange, Long has gotten so much gold in that fight. That was absolutely worth it. Now look at this Long. 4, 2, and 3 with 9,200 gold. He's absolutely onto something. But speaking of which, this Arlie does have even more of a gold injection. It's been 10k gold so far on this Arlie alone. So the more you allow this Arlie that space in those fights, this Arlie's gonna do a whole lot more. Tyrant now being challenged from the side of Enigma. They tried to pave a passage in, and it will not be enough time for them to claw their way through to the Tyrant. So another Tyrant going in favor of the side of Enigma. Very well balanced fight. We're already hitting the mid-game mark. 14 minutes, 30 seconds of play already. And it's all about making the right calls, making the right shots. NNG, they just really have to ensure that both Arlie and Frost remains to be alive in some of all these battles. So ideally, you want to fight in areas of choke point. You will expect that Yixing to also respond in kind as well. But it wasn't going to be an easy fight where both sides will have ample area play when you have 2 big AoE elements available. And speaking of which, the ultimate has been called to zone things all the way. And it seems like it will be a catch on the no. Oh, that was it! Enigma now calls a shot to go in for that full collapse. They do lose 2 members in return. Going good, shut down completely. But the Augury is still alive. They are still trying to navigate and bring this fight on. Now they have to clear this wave. Arlie, she has what it takes to actually clear it off, but they will put themselves in trouble. This Dharma is still up online. They will have to give it away. And the inhibitor is down. Enigma currently in the driver's seat. That fight just happened way too fast. And speaking of which, this is going to be a catch. This Dharma tried to go for a knock, but he is hanging all alone by himself. Just putting a little bit of dance, and eventually gets shut down. Despite being shut down, they are buying time. Take a look at that top side of the pit. It is going to be the Overlord now in hand for Enigma. As if losing the inhibitor was not enough. Now you have empowered minion waves to just run every side of the lane. Anytime right now, still looking for a catch. They have yet to break out that mid lane turret. Especially with all these shadow beams, it's not going to be all too easy to actually crush it all up. They did manage to remove the outer turret so far, so it's not too bad, but they also have to respond to that bottom side of the wave. The only problem for Enigma that they secured this Overlord, but they don't really have a balanced wave. So only the top side is pushing by itself. That should eventually be cleared up by this
Red
Ogren.
team has destroyed
Take a
a
look
tower.
at Enigma's position. They are currently setting a trap. Speaking of a trap, NNG trying to form a trap of their own inside of their own jungle. Their main party target here definitely will be Goy. And it is the Dharma here, forcing that flash away. That is the Princess Cross, forcing the flash off. And now they erupt, going in for the battle, and they will eventually look for the Dharma. Dharma slaps into the wall. They turn the final round. A double kill for the Dharma. And eventually, they all get collaborated into the wall. It is an ace, a perfect execution. Enigma will now fight their way through and will have nobody to answer inside of the base. It is going to be one for all. NNG will have to try for another time, as we will see Game 3 Enigma with a phenomenal finish. And it was all down to that attempt to catch Frost. And you saw he turned that fight. He rammed 3 members into the wall to make the biggest play happen. Enigma. Wow. Incredible. Incredible fight. This is not over just yet. We'll have to see in a few minutes who will be our champions of the iQOO Battle of Kings, as we still have one more round to go. So tell us who you guys are rooting for. Is it NNG or Enigma for our final battle?
Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did all night, swinging the bat. Would y'all believe that I'm bringing it back? iQOO. Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did all night, swinging the bat. Would y'all believe that I'm bringing it back? Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did all night, swinging the bat. Would y'all believe that I'm bringing it back? What you did tall like swinging a bat. We drop a lead and then bringing it back. Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did tall like swinging a bat. We drop a lead and then bringing it back.
Welcome back once again to the iQOO Battle of Kings online tournament, and you guys are currently watching the grand finals. Currently, the result stands at 1-all. Enigma and NNG, they are tied with one win on each side, and last game was absolutely epic. The big play coming in from that Dharma to turn the tides around, as Enigma have now drawn the series. And once more, this is going to be your last chance to score yourselves a free pair of iQOO earbuds. All you guys have to do is share this live stream, whether if you're watching from Facebook, or if you're watching from YouTube. If you share it, also make sure you comment with these hashtags. Hashtag iQOO13, hashtag iQOO Battle of Kings, hashtag Honor of Kings, and tag 2 friends to join along. And you might just be our lucky winner of the night. If you guys do win, our dear admins will contact you, and all you have to do is to provide your information to the admins to receive your pair of iQOO earbuds. Other than that, you can also check out the iQOO 13 Snapdragon 8 Elite, as you can experience the power of the monster inside with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, where your victory knows no limit. It also comes with a 7K Ultra Vapor Chamber cooling system, where you could say goodbye to overheating, experience smooth, uninterrupted gaming with advanced cooling technology, keeping your iQOO 13 cool even in the heat of battle. And it is a very powerful battery that it comes along with. 120 watt flash charge and 6,150 mAh ultra thin battery. With all these being equipped, you can power up your battery in minutes, and with ultra thin 6K battery, you can enjoy extended playtime. That's it. It is time for our final match of the grand finals. Lock and loaded, both NNG as well as Enigma have already picked their sides. Enigma this time will be playing on the blue side instead. Therefore, it is going to be NNG on the red side. So if you guys are looking at the results, probably you just gotta flip the names and it will be a-okay. But when it comes down to bands, Liang, Lung, Dolia, and Meyer Shiranui has been taken out of the list. So it is really boiling down to what they're gonna go for. It's gonna be the Didia to open things up. One of the most powerful picks right now whether if you want to turn it into mage or mainly you could even put it as a support. It is very, very disruptive. So that's it. Enigma, they are definitely cooking a very different composition of what has worked out for the side of Enigma early on. Was actually the Yixing, which is now stolen away. Now they're gonna go for the Menki and Arlie. This for a little bit of a stability. So it is rather interesting that they aren't really switching too many things into this matchup. Enigma, they definitely have a lot of things up their sleeve this time. Look at this Yuhuan that is going to be the option for the side of NNG. So, oh, they switch it up. It's gonna be a Neta that is being brought into play. So they are gonna have maybe a little bit more of an aggressive approach. NNG, this is a big surprise. But where exactly is this Neta gonna be moving into? Is it gonna be jungle? Is it gonna be clash lane? If you want, maybe some players, if they're funky enough, put it in the mid lane. You could actually do pretty much hefty chunks of damage up against some of these mages. So we'll have to see. Moving into the bans, it's gonna be the Moyin that will ban off Enigma. One more ban coming in, and oh, pretty interesting. As they are trying to take away a lot of all these goop options over onto the side lane. So that is gonna be a lane being banned away. Same goes to the Zhang Fei. And also, when it comes down to the options, now they're sifting through the list, thinking about Charlotte. I mean, they can basically go for anything here. Are they sure they don't want to take the Dharma off of his hands? They're going to consider that Guan Yu, where you can start fights, open up with initiatives really well. But I like this idea of the Charlotte. It might just be the game winner here if this Charlotte can just move in, get those multi knockups, and just chunk health bars off of these team battles. Then it will be perfect. So they answer back. They want the Shu as well as Sun Tzu to be moving into this battle. Therefore, it definitely will be very interesting on how it will be played out. Yu Huan instead. So what this combo is going to look like is that you will put the mage to take a ride with Sun Tzu, go into the battle, and then have this big fight all together. So that is going to be the grand idea for the side of Enigma. Final few picks as they are looking towards what could conclude their support role. And it's going to be the Shakir to be the very final pick to ensure that they have just about enough safety, sustainability, alongside paired with the Lady's Son. So this definitely will be the kind of core pick that they're going to be working towards. So this will be it. Final battle, Enigma versus NNG. It all boils down to this. Yu Huan now being brought to play. It is going to be rather important that this Yu Huan keeps herself safe at all times. Lady Sun, as much as she has a dash, will she be susceptible to a gank coming from the Menki, coming from the Sun Tzu? It's definitely going to be a hard chase. Enigma, they need those flawless executions.
My dear
But this sort of a double mage setup is definitely going to be a decent hole at the very least. Well, JY seems to be the support heading into this matchup, while the Arlie will safely farm over the bomb site. We already see the Hawk has gone over the favor of the side of NNG. Enigma trying to actually look for a camp steal. Could this be the case though? A little bit difficult. And you can see, oh, very aggressive move coming in from the side of Nono. Mid lane looks very steady. Nuzao trying to go in for a little bit of disruption onto that Yu Huan, who's now being purchased from the mid lane mages. Well, top side, this is what I really would expect Sun Tzu to try to play a little bit more aggressively, get a little bit more room of opening, and start to move around the map. You can see 4-man collateral over on the bottom side as they just secure their own camps. Nothing too bombastic happening so far, but oh, this Nada has always been poking a problem for the mid lane and just trying to get a little bit more of that priority over onto the Yishin. Oh, it is going to be the Sun Tzu driving all around the map, looking for a target, not finding anything, and they do actually crash over the Yishin. Just a little bit of a big damage to be brought out. That Charlotte hiding inside of that brush will not be able to 2 versus 1 though, but the chessboard is already out, locked right into place. JY somehow survives. How on earth did he survive? And now here comes the turnaround. Here comes the Yuhuan just driving in, getting a double kill. Is it going to be a triple? One more blow will do the trick, and it is not going to be enough. But that was beautiful, coming in for the flank as Yuhuan gets that big double kill. What an epic finale this is. Both sides calculated their movements well enough. I felt that they thought that they will actually get the kill over onto the support over the bot lane. The overcommitment kind of led to what went on, resulting in the double kill instead. Now it's going to be a commitment, 1 versus 1 over the top side. Who's going to be actually winning that trade? It might just be the Sun Tzu right there. But Charlotte does manage to dash away. They are trying to close right in, and for battling for more and more. That has been a blood spillage all across the field, and my goodness, it could just keep going on, and we can enjoy this finals with them putting everything tooth and nail to the finish line. Really gotta give my hats off to iQOO for organizing this tournament for all of our dear players. We are getting some of the best action so far from the region. Things are looking really good while the Tyrant comes up online. It boils down to how much do they really want to put all in. So it's now driving over the mid side, and they manage to actually get the catch. It crashes directly towards the mage, and immediately get themselves another kill in the back. Charlotte will stay over the top side, trying to actually break open the top turret, while they are trying to send all these members over onto the tower to secure it. Enigma prioritizing on the objective, and they will get both the kill and the objective without anything left to spare. Now looking towards the bottom side of the turret. It's gonna be unmanned, unchallenged. Things are looking so clean for Enigma right now. Out of the momentum to win, but it's time 2 versus 1. NNG try to burst them all down, but Sun Tzu, once you see the ship rolling, I don't think there's much you can do about that situation. But I love this skin. It has a chariot with it, so it's not exactly just a ship. Oh, the Nutsa flies into the fight, trying to catch them all off. It's going to be going stuck in the middle of nowhere, but they are trying to chunk him down as well. A flank comes right in. Not enough coming from the side of Arlie. Arlie goes down, and they will still continue. They will buy enough space for Gui to eventually escape, but Razor, he falls in the same fight. The intensity is real. You see them really going blow for blow. Razor's had the idea. The tide was actually low enough when he went in for a flank, but it wasn't a good catch. Instead, he was caught out of a position. The support wasn't anywhere near this Arlie, so she just basically gave her life away. But it wasn't too much of a big deal so far. This time poking, trying to get the buff, managed to steal it. What? Oh, that was a beautiful steal from the Yuhuan. Okay, Jose. I guess we can see a whole lot more out of that Enigma now. Making sure they take that control up mid. They're still hoping to break this one open. Slowly funneling every man over onto this red buff, trying to steal another one away. Did it get it? Oh, wow. I think it did. The rest of NNG, they're slowly being deprived. What do they do from here on? Their XP are pretty much negate it. And here comes some pokes. You need the Yixing to find it. Perfect catch. Not the Mankey. Mankey can still dash around when you lock him in place. Speaking of which, they found it. Oh, trying to avoid death. It does get a little bit more helping hand coming from the side. As JY comes in to save the day. Oh, the dive coming from the top. A little bit too much. Too deep into the turret. Now he puts himself in trouble. It will still be found on the side of the Yixing. Now trying to go for a perfect response as the Arlie tries to clip him away. The Charlotte goes down. And this is going to be a double kill for Razors. Especially grabbing out as well. The Nita still wants more, but he's playing with fire here. Oh, the double dive. And it is JY that gets it instead. And here comes the Mankey trying to wrap things around. They're all so low, but they don't want to go down with a fight. Perfect timing on the blue buff. Enigma actually steals it away. They also secure themselves that mid lane turret. That was a perfect fight from Enigma. They know their limitation. I cannot say the same about NRG. I think Nita saw that angle. He flew in, just not really having enough firepower. If he had just a little bit more damage, I think he would just easily take out that Arlie. But that was very costly. Enigma now coming with the upper hand. They got 2 turrets. They won that fight. What else can they do? Overlord still up online. No. Hiding right behind the bush, trying to see if they're going to start off another attempt. So long as you do not clear any players, there's no chance that they could go in for the Overlord take. Maybe a bait will be set up by the side of Enigma. The flank comes right in. Sun Tzu now preparing. The Charlotte now has to actually see if it's going to be a good chance to actually type onto any of the players. They have to give that space away. Gui is going for a flank as well. Nita very far back, but the Nita can always ult into any angle he wants in that team fight. That's the power of the Nita. But you need him to be activated. He needs to look for those kills. If he does not get those kills, he's not going to be a scary monster in this fight. Meanwhile, here comes Razor's here looking for a dive, and he does get it for the Sensei return. Frost landing the final blow. That catch was just about enough, but that isn't just it. They're calling for more. This time, it is the Yuhuan that risks her life, drives a little bit too deep into the jungle, but the Tyrant is being secured. So 1 life, or should I say 2 kills, and the Tyrant, I consider that a big win for Enigma. The way that they played has given them that momentum into this battle. And NNG, have they been worn out? Have they lost their plans right now? They need to drive in for plan B. Look for that big catch onto Arlie if you can, or even the Yuhuan, and then navigate against the res. Because right now, they are looking very, very scary. And also take a look at this Sun Tzu. It's a full damage Sun Tzu that we're talking about here. He's not even considering like, hey, I'm gonna go half tank and like back out whenever. Speaking of which, here comes Charlotte now looking for the initiation, driving into the battle, trying to chase against Frost. Frost trying to pull all the way back, but now with 4 members, there's no escaping for this Sun Tzu. The moment that they get that catch, they are going to look for that Overlord take, but this is being exchanged for a Tyrant instead. I think that will get their hands on the Tyrant, so this could be a lifeline. But instead, they're turning around, trying to look for a fight. No, dropping really low. The Tyrant is still alive, and this is where they commit to the battle. They are looking for those takedowns, but instead, they all collapse. This fight was won by NNG. They did not overcommit onto that Overlord. They still get it in return, and now this is where they can open up the fight. It's only you want to dive right through. This is gonna be an ace as NNG responds in kind. No way, Jose. They are doing it. Frost, he just came out and he might just be sent back as well. This is a crazy fight, and we'll take a look at that energy. You think that all hope is lost? They find their way back into the game. Death timers are out. Only JY Gui as well as Razors available, but just like that, losing that battle was so costly. The mid lane turrets are all gone. It's only down to the inhibitors right now. So much back and forth. You look at Enigma, they have the goal advantage, but advantage, so what? You take a look at all these waves pushing in. They need to manage these waves, and they can be attacked from any angle from here on. What a balanced match this is. Both sides have 5 turrets apiece. Also, Enigma, the only kind of gold injection that they had was from taking all these tyrants early on. But the moment that they lost that Overlord, so much control has been lost in this map. They can slowly try to reestablish it. This is one big trap being set up over our mid lane. Charlotte in position as well. Mankey driving through, not the target they want, but they got all the full intel that they want. Here comes the chess works already locking them in place. 2 members caught out. This is looking pretty bad. And this might just be their fight to win, and they just crashed them out of this match. Only Frost left in the game. They will go in for the goose chase. They don't really have to chase anymore. And they could go in to end this match. They are just stopping Frost from returning to the base. And take a look at the bot lane and the mid lane. There's just not much hope just left. Frost, he's got to recall right now or just walk his way back into the base. He's not even allowed to walk all the way back. Chessboard's locking him into place. And there you have it. And Ace and NG, they march right into the base. And here are your champions of the iQOO Battle of Kings. And lo and behold, NG are your victors of the battle. Non-stop action. The call to pick up this Nita paid off after all. The oddball pick that nobody expected throughout the drafts. And this was the secret recipe to success. The dive, the lock through. Every 5 members out of NNG saw the angle. They kept fighting and kept pushing. Even despite the odds, there were fights that they've lost, but they keep pushing till Enigma breaks, and they shall be rewarded with the hefty chunk of 2,000 ringgit as the champions of iQOO Battle of Kings. Congratulations to both our finalists and to our champions, NNG, to take the big prize home. Enigma, massive respect to this team. I do see that they have a very bright future if they continue to push on in more tournaments to come. So, of course, that may conclude all of the battle, but don't go away just yet, because you guys, once again, can stand a chance to win the pair of iQOO earbuds if you guys have already shared the live stream or put in those comments that we've mentioned before, the iQOO 13, iQOO Battle of Kings, Honor of Kings as well. So, that will conclude our matchup. But before you guys go, make sure you guys check out the iQOO 13 as it provides you with all the power necessary to game all day long, as it is equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, 7K Ultra Vapor Chamber cooling system, 120 watts flash charge, 6150 mAh Ultra Thin battery, and the 2K 144Hz Ultra Eye Care and Q2 Snapdragon 8 Elite, taking this game to the next level alongside with iQOO. Make sure you get the iQOO 13 now on iQOO's Facebook and explore our latest smartphones. Follow iQOO for more upcoming tournaments, and also we'll see you in the next battle. Till then, have a good night.
Said I'm bringing it back, yeah, back. Yeah, I'm bringing it back. What you did's all